Yo, Nakama around the world. Welcome back to Conqueror's Haki Corner. It's your boy Serge.
Whoa!
Your boy Vim.
Yeah.
Myself, Rook. And we're here again to bring you another chapter review of My Hero Academia, Boku no Hero Academia 206, the conclusion of the third round.
They played with us.
They did.
They played with you. They played with me. They played with all of us. Last time, it's a draw. No, it's not a draw. It's a draw. It's a draw.
I thought there was going to be more.
What's important is, when you look at it now, after a little bit of hindsight, a little bit of time to digest it, I think we got excited about these first 3 rounds, and they were good.
Yeah.
But before we get into it, don't forget to smash the subscribe button.
Hey.
I almost forgot about that one.
Don't forget to smash it.
Alright, smash the subscribe button, like the video, and let's crack on.
Let's do it.
And thank you.
Oh, always,
every single one of you.
Always.
The reason why we got into it straight away is because we want to know what the hell is going to happen next.
Yeah.
And we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
alright,
let's do it.
Let's get the chapter review out of the way.
So, considering that it's a draw, and the first 3 rounds, as good as they were, we saw bits and pieces. You got to remember, the last 2 rounds, rounds 4 and round 5, are going to contain Bakugo, and they're going to contain Deku. Yeah? Now, these are going to be the best 2 rounds, without a shadow of a doubt. And obviously, what this chapter was for, or what round 3 was for, was to set the tone of what the actual rules are, because we clearly weren't aware of them. So, reason why it was a draw, as we learned in this chapter, was it doesn't matter if people are KO'd, it goes by how many people are in prison. And there's a 20-minute time limit.
Yeah.
So, we know the Gyrate brother from Class 1B was put in prison early on by, was it Lido?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we saw how it was a draw in this chapter. Hananeki, the lady with the horns, she managed to I always get Shoji and Ojiro confused. Their names sound so similar. Ojiro got put into prison as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we now know the rules. This is what it was for. But other than that, it was just nice to see everyone kind of own their mistakes.
The passion is there from Class B.
Oh, hell yeah.
The drive to be winners. But humility is key for them to grow. On both sides, Class A and Class B, they beat themselves up, man.
Yeah.
You hear themselves say, I'm sorry if we lose, but I have to do this. They take blame and ownership. Now, this is going to take a sidebar, but in Japanese culture, very much they take ownership of what they do, and they're very humility. A lot of the times it's like they take everything on burden on their shoulder.
Yeah.
So they want to own everything. They want to be able to do the best they can.
I mean, the whole theme of the last few fights was, even if I lose, I won't let my team know.
There you go. So
you know, a few characters
do what you can for everyone around you. But again, it's the essence of heroes.
And you can see that heavily resonates within Class B, because all of them share the same type of...
They love each other. That's a unit. That's a family.
Exactly. Remember when Hananeki came back to save Pony, he goes, I don't know what kind of impression you had of me, but I care about my friends. So
that was a big thing, man. And also, you know what I found touching was, I mean, if anyone, I thought Tetsu gave Todoroki work.
Ooh, that was, mate, he did his job.
Yeah.
But in this chapter, he looked at me and said, I lost, let's do it again.
Yeah.
But you know what it is, though? He understands his weaknesses, and he knew there were certain levels that he couldn't go to. He didn't realize until he was faced with it. But Todoroki never knew his levels until he had to be forced to push himself to that level.
Yeah, and there was also like analysis on Todoroki. So we know Todoroki's going to get a speed boost because he's criticizing how slow he is, yeah? And second of all... But
it's not a speed boost, it's a reaction boost.
Initiative.
Because his initiative initially, because his whole grudge against his dad, and he's got daddy issues. Sorry, but ice first, not fire.
Yeah.
And now he needs to learn. Either one works, but sometimes fire...
Use what is necessary for the situation you're in. Like, fire seems to be his last resort. Sometimes it should be your first resort. But what was very powerful this chapter, I don't know how you guys felt. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Please comment down below. But it's really jumped out at me that there was that lovely flashback scene when he says, I need to become a hero that everyone could depend on. And you see a flashback of him as a kid just smitten with All Might of all people on the television. Everyone loved All Might, so he's no different, and that would break his daddy's heart, man.
Well, at the same time, though, Endeavor was influenced by All Might.
Indirectly, yes.
Ooh.
In terms of rivalry, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Todoroki now, who doesn't love All Might? As well, we need to remember, this is his first time. Well, you could say he let the team down, but not exactly, because this is the first time he's ever really took his fire powers to this extent. He's never really experimented with it, you know? So there's still a lot of time to grow in that.
100%, and obviously competition means a lot to them, but we always have to keep in mind the whole purpose of this activity is training.
Yeah.
It's real. It's trying to simulate a real life scenario, and all of them demonstrate care for their nakama. They all demonstrated great powers, and they all learned lessons on how to. They've showed where they have improved and where they still need to improve.
Yeah, definitely.
So crazy chapter. Match 4. I'm gonna go through the names. I had to write them down. You got Team Bakugo versus Togake Senai's team. Team Bakugo is Rikido Sato, Hanta Sero, Kyoka Jiro, and Bakugo Kachan against Tokage Senai, Yosetsu Awase, Togaru Kamakiri, Kojiro Bondo. Man, the way, and you know what, even just the way Deku looked at him, you know what, yeah, Deku needs to be careful because he looks like he's got a boyish crush on Kachan. Every time Kachan spanks that booty, man, he's just like, Kachan.
But
Kachan.
let's be clear, Kachan always watching Deku as well.
Always, yeah, he said.
Always watching each other.
Yeah.
Their bitter rivalry, love and hate rivalry pushes them to be the best they can be. Because I'll skip to it, but we're going to get back to the whole thing anyway. But Kachan did say, Deku, watch me do my thing. Hope you're watching. I'm still the best.
Well, even in that, like where we are in the anime right now, and going back many chapters ago when they were in the licensing exam, Aizawa Sensei said, those two are not direct leaders. They're not leaders in the mode of a leader or Yazoru.
Yeah.
They are, but they are the biggest inspirations to their class because they are the ones that put everything on the line. They're the ones that push themselves. They're the ones that do special things in special times. I mean, it's no accident that they've been left to matches 4 and 5. My prediction, Bakugo is there's going to be all kinds of twists and turns. I'm not saying that, but Bakugo will be victorious. Oh, you know what? I'm going to play it safe.
Yeah. No, don't go back and play that. Hold on.
Right.
No, I don't. Live with it. No, live with it.
Bakugo is going to be glorious. I'm joking. I back Kachan to the death. He's going to win. Because he's had his fair share. If you look at historically in MHA, Bakugo's had a few flops, you know? He flopped in the licensing exam.
He's had his humility.
He's had his humbling moments.
Yeah.
None against Deku, obviously, gave Deku the beatdown. But that's why Deku will inevitably give him one. But in this test, I think where it will be class 1A will go one ahead. And then Deku will lose to the other boy.
Let's hear it like though. The issue we've got now, is this styles make fights.
Yeah.
We do not know about any of these other quirks in Class B.
How far they've developed.
So we don't know what we've got, which is a perfect remedy for Bakugo. I'm not saying there is the automatic perfect remedy, but he hasn't met his kryptonite, so to speak. Not to say he won't overcome it, but when the kryptonite he's going to face is going to put him at a position where he needs to be able to overcome that adversity. Because that's the real challenge, and this is what the challenges are. Everyone was faced with somebody where someone was that much better, or the style of their quirk doesn't blend in with that quirk. Tetsu and Todoroki, for example, you've got someone who's metal, withstands X amount of heat, had to get pushed to the point where that heat was undescribable, but Todoroki never knew he could deliver that. Even he was struggling to get that heat out.
And also Todoroki's not used to get punched up like that.
Yeah.
He was getting smashed out. It's a little bit of a cop-out because his face should have really been crushed in, to be honest, from a male, but we won't go too much into it.
To oppose what Serge was saying, I don't really see Midoriya losing this one.
Okay.
Because he's got quite a lot to live up to at this moment. Now, if we go back a little bit, we've had the scene of where he's had the meeting with his ancestors. That meant a lot.
Nice.
And we've also had the scene where he's finally understood how to use One For All. So I remember with the 20% percentage, and he realized that All Might's not always at 100%, so he just uses it when he needs to. We still haven't seen him demonstrate that.
Definitely. I mean, that's a very strong possibility. I'm glad you brought that to my attention. However, I think he will lose. For me, Midoriya's glory comes in real life. So this is training. So this is the place for him to lose. However, in real life, he will be the biggest one. That's my thing.
I slightly agree with him losing now, and only because I'm going to bring up the style of who he's going to lose to. The boy that can change his voice. Forgive me if I forgot his name, but he was under the tutelage. Shinzo was under the tutelage of Aizawa, and he's controlled Deku before with his own voice. This time, the voice that will be a kryptonite to Deku is the voice that Deku always cries over. All Might. The easiest voice to use to confuse him, and that's something that will throw someone naive as Deku. Let's call him naive. He's young, so he still has a lot to learn, but he's very, very okay, let's go.
But another thing, like, Bakugo is a hothead, yeah?
Yeah.
You don't know Bakugo, I'll kill you. But
He's already made a plan as well. Think about it. They said, oh, well, that doesn't going to work. He's like, shut up.
But Bakugo is a genius as well. Yeah. Like, he wasn't recommended purely on his ability. He knows how to use his ability, and he always comes up with great plans. Like, even though when he beat Todoroki in the tournament, yes, Todoroki didn't use the fire, but Todoroki was still using the ice.
Yeah.
And Bakugo dealt with him with ease. Now, obviously, that's one of those, we'll never know if Todoroki went all out, but Bakugo's a thinker. Do you know what I mean?
No,
so
100%.
I do expect him to be a bull in a china shop, and I do expect him fully to have adversity in this fight. But I think what will be glorious about this is everyone's going to see the smarts. Smarts win fights.
Everyone's going to see something different.
Yeah.
Yes. Something you're not expecting.
That's true. That's what he needs to show. He needs to show his intellect rather than his brutality. The same way he showed it when him and Deku went against All Might. Deku wasn't thinking. Deku was thinking of running. And then they came together and said, okay, let's work. And Bakugo said, I'll do this. You do that.
And also, Bakugo needs to shine because he's taken, I want to say taken L's, but he got kidnapped at the beginning of, by the League of Villains. And, you know, he failed the licensing exam at one point. Like, so he's had a few little downs. So
he's got to show and stand by his word that he'll be number one.
Yeah. And it's always going to be between him and Deku. So they both have to raise.
Yeah.
But Deku's already there. Like, Deku passed the licensing exam. Deku is a team player. So I expect Deku to have a great idea, but I expect Deku to make a mistake or get tricked. Whereas with Bakugo, I expect everyone to think, oh, he's going to be a bull in the chat, and he will be, yeah. But at some point, he will have a plan B, C, and D.
Method to the madness.
But what do you guys think?
Jesus.
What's your predictions for this fight? Do you think Bakugo is victorious? Team Bakugo. I'm you know what? I'm disrespecting the others, yeah. But do you think Class 1A is victorious in round 4? I don't care. I'm a Bakugo fan. That's all I'm not lying. I'm not really that interested in everyone else. It'll be nice to see them and what they can do. But let's face it, it's about Bakugo, right?
What do you guys think? Let us know.
Comment down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, smash that like button and smash the subscribe button. Thank you very, very much. If you follow One Piece, we will be bringing a One Piece giveaway to you guys. So stay tuned for a video. But have we left anything important out?
No.
But apart from a thank you.
Yeah, man, that's the most important thing of all, man. From us to you, from the heart, thank you. Arigato gozaimasu. From Kakusaki Corner. Until next time, it's a
peace out.
Peace out.